What's up, Emily? First. You in there first. Well done. And you're probably thinking, this isn't a Kraton EXB. And you're quite right, it's not. I've just never got round to finishing doing the Shock Tower mod. So I've just got to finish putting all this back together after doing the Shock Tower mod on it. So I never got round to finishing it off the other night. So we get this done and then start on the EXB. See who else comes in the house tonight. That's two. No one in, everyone's gone. Oh. We always said, how are you? You're probably thinking, that's not a Kraton EXB. Or could it be? Bloody cold tonight, I'll tell you that much for free. What's up, Jack? Just finishing off the repair from the X-Max. You guys did. I was just putting back after the Shock Tower mod. I did the mod, but I just never got around to putting the shock pins back in and putting everything on it. So I came out here tonight to work on an EXB. Realised my bench was rather full up with a big old X-Max. But it doesn't take long to do. That's the good thing about, well, I don't know about getting into the diffs and everything, but certainly on the external, swapping arms, sorting out shock towers and things like that. The X-Max is super quick to work on. I mean, I couldn't have put I certainly couldn't have put 4 shock pins back in and everything on an armour as quick as I've just done this. What's up, Jay? How are you? Total RC Reviews, how are you? Ryan Smith. Who else we got? Said, what's up, everybody? Happy New Year to you all, if I haven't said it already. Which I don't think I have, because the last time I was live was New Year's Eve. Right. We have got some new stuff for the X-Max. You'll know what that means. Paddle tyres. Well, I've got to fix the one weakness of the EXB, really. Stock hinge pins. It's the one weakness of them. Whenever they go, they take the A-arm with them. So I did have a spare semi-broken one to put on it, but it needs a new one, a and some M2C actual hinge pins. I'll probably will end up getting some M2C hinge pin holders for it as well, just for the back. You need to do the Shocktown mod on yours, Seb. It's very, very easy. I mean, I just used, I had the screws already, M4 bolt, I used some little shims just to wash it out and spread the load a bit more. Screw through. It's a bit awkward getting the nut in there, but it didn't take long. Yeah, I saw your message, Jay. I'm surprised. Normally they all come over in one shipment, and I know a few other people got theirs yesterday, I think, as well. So yours is likely to be any day. It just may be the courier service that's doing the last bit may be busy because of COVID. They're likely to be in the country because they normally come over on one shipment, one load. And it's because you ordered yours. When did you order yours, Jay? I think we ordered ours on the 14th. I'm working on an EXB, yes, Jack. I've got to put the M2C, we're going to put a new A-arm on it, because we broke one. And the M2C hinge pins. So you ordered yours 2 days. I'll be surprised if they're not in the country already and it's just the courier service near you, I guess. Hi Emily, hi Dan, Happy New Year to you all. Right. Now, how long did it take me to? I've got to stop. I've got to stop hitting on armour, saying they take a long time to work on. But certain things do take a lot longer. If I wouldn't have changed an A-arm on the X-Max, it didn't take me very long at all. Change an A-arm on this, pain in the backside. But I will stop hitting on armour. That's a promise, because I do like armour. It's just my eyes have been opened on the X-Max. Bum 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 ba-dum bum. Okay, Jack, thank you for doing that. You don't, I mean, a V1 diff will be fine, Jay, seriously. You just need to either do the shim mod that Bournemouth does with the, it's the same size shims that go on the outer bearing. You're just using some of those, or get some the star plates, but obviously the star plates are not a lot of them in stock at the moment. I think they're all out of stock as well. But order yourself up some star plates, or there is a new bigger shim coming out. If you need me to, I can send you the part numbers and everything. But 3 star plates in the back, either side, to keep it open. I prefer an open diff at the rear, and that would be, as I said, fingers crossed, I haven't had any issues with mine. Now this is an EXB, don't have a Kraton 8S, we have an Outcast 8S, which we will be, my biggest issue is having space in the car to take an X-Max and an Outcast 8S. And unfortunately the X-Max gets first dibs over the Outcast 8S when it's filling up the car. However, we have said, and we will do, because we've done the the one, you know, it will be king, just the speed runs and everything else like that, but we will be doing a proper comparison durability test on it. See which one lasts the longest at our Megasend skate park, more than likely. So, see which one can go higher, etc., etc. So that is the plan in the near future, once we can get out with this stupid COVID situation. Once we're all allowed to get out for lockdown, but apparently you're allowed to go fishing and things like that. So maybe you're allowed to go bashing. What's up, Callum? Okay, I'll send you the links for the parts, Jay. Try and remember to do that once we get off of here. Oh, I've got to take that off. We're changing the 8 arm as well. I should have bought the M2, the custom RC upgrade hinge pins holders at the same time, done all this at the same time rather than doing it twice, but I didn't. Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting these parts to turn up so quickly with Royal Foul being the way they are, but Bad Touch Breakers were superb. Ordered these on Monday and they turned up Wednesday, so can't grumble at that. Some music to listen to, or music to be listened. Happy New Year to you. No rule saying no RCs. No, but there's a rule saying no group meetings is the problem. So it does say stay indoors unless you absolutely have to go out. So it's just, you know, it's one of those things. How far do we want to push our luck? But I do know I can't stay indoors much longer. I'm bored out of my tiny mind, staying in and not going out. What's going on? Come on. Always forget those plastic washers. What's being said? Hi Big BRC, how are you? You've broken your X-Men. Said you've got to learn to drive it, mate. It's not indestructible, it's tough. But it's not totally and utterly indestructible. What have you broken this time? Jim at RBB, how are you? Welcome from Spain. Always nice to have international people coming in. Just checking that because Jack did hit a landmine on Saturday and left it for me to clean. Thank you. I'm just checking that wasn't a landmine, which is not. It's mud. I think I got all the landmine off. Open fields and somehow a rock appeared out of nowhere. Did it now? Just they have a tendency to just jump out at you. It's got to be said. It's very kind. It's left the do like bad touches. Even left the what do we call it? The droop screw in there. Yeah, so I've got these A-arms from Bad Touch Breakers because he still has some in. What's up, West Coast RC Club? Happy New Year to you. I just don't see how you can break it 3 times out of 4 runs. What broke on it this time, they said? Stu SS4, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Happy New Year. Did you all have a good New Year? Lots of partying, lots of drinking, presumably. Okay, Jay. Take care, mate. I'll send you a link. I'll send you the link once I get off the live stream. Steering link. Oh, nightmare. Is that a lot of work to change? I don't know. I haven't had to do that yet. I'm just fixing bits. And so the only things I don't want to tempt fate, so I'll touch wood. But the only things we've physically broken on it is an A-arm. You know, the Shocktown mod is just a standard thing to do, isn't it? At the end of the day. Might have even bent this hinge pin already, Jack. Yep, bent a little bit. Now I do need to, I have to put another order in and get it, because it means I haven't got a spare, really got a spare left one now. Got 2 spare right ones. Again, not knocking on armour, but I now have two right A-arms and no left ones. Because of course, annoyingly, you have to buy them as a pair. More stock hinge pins in there. What's the motor in what? This? Can't tell you that. It's a secret. I've got to cover that up actually. Oh, Jack will be mad at me, but I've got to work on this car. So, cover that up. This is my EXB, so there you go. You can't see it now. What was JCH Football doing to get timed out? Message deleted. Being naughty boy, was he? This one, yes, Kraton EXB. It's fairly stock at the moment. I should have ordered the. Keep forgetting to order stuff. Should have ordered the rear tower brace when I ordered these bits. I get into a rush to get things ordered to make sure they arrive on time and then forget. Silly me, really. But we've got some M2C 01 tool steel hinge pins. It's the part number there. That comes out the right way, hopefully it does. Because the stock ones are just too flimsy. Made of Chinesium. Put some proper ones in there. Probably need to get the, as I said, the customise the upgrades hinge pin holders. But I haven't done that yet. I don't think I did, because my one is a Max 6. I'm running Max 6 1650 kV with a 19 tooth spur. There you go, Seb. That's what I'm running in my EXB. These just go in so much easier as well. Bum, bum. Let's pop this one out now. If it comes out, oh no, this one's bent as well. Oh, mole grips. I have got a heater in here. Not a very big one, but it just keeps some warm air on me. And then I've got the door there, so the heat's coming out of the house into the garage. So it's not too bad. And plus I've got plenty of insulation, so it's not like I'm going to get cold anytime soon. Yeah, that was it. Got a little bend in it as well, that one. So, if you guys do get EXBs, highly recommend one of the first. They only need a couple of mods. One of them is definitely M2C hinge pins. And probably customise the upgrade hinge pin holders, but I haven't got those at the moment. I will order those. Should have ordered those. You had a few ESCs go down at the weekend. Which ones did you have go down? my son watches too many YouTube videos. He goes real hard like Kevin Talbot. You think you can do it as Kevin Talbot and the others, it will cost you a lot of money. Yes and no. If I was, being brutally honest with you, if I was driving, the answer is definitely yes. I don't do that much driving now. Not that I don't like to, so I do still like to drive, but I enjoy seeing my two boys having fun and driving and doing what they do with the cars. So I get as much enjoyment out of that, and then I come home and fix them. You know, I'm the mechanic and the bank. Although, in fairness, to some of the bank is a bit unfair because they do buy their own cars as well. You know, Jack's just bought this, saved up for this. Callum's bought his Notorious, he bought his Talion, he bought his Limitless. So whilst they do use my cars, they do buy their own cars as well, and they save up their own money to do that. Be it pocket money, Christmas money, birthday money, etc. But the repairs I pay for, invariably, and I do the repairs for them. Because I'm kind like that. But since I've stopped driving, our repair bills have actually gone down drastically. I was spending, with me driving, I was breaking cars every single week, and I was spending a minimum of £100 a week on repairs. PPS motor mount? For which motor? Which motor do we need a PPS motor mount for, Seb? We don't need it for the 1650. Let me know when the battery goes on that and I'll swap the charger over, because it will go at some stage. They always do. We've got in the house now, 19. In this Kraton, we need a PPS. Why do we need a PPS motor mount in this Kraton? You can't see the motor in this one. I've covered it up. What size motor is your mate looking to put in it, Seb? And I'll tell you, my honest opinion, if I'm being brutally honest with you, is 1650 kV, Hobby Wing Max 6 is more than enough. Depending on how fast you want to go, but you know, you can run the 1650 on 8S if you wanted to. I wouldn't do it for too long, but a couple of runs here and there, it will run it. Just watch the temps. And obviously the bigger the motor, the more weight. And the more weight, the more things break if you land badly. And obviously the more weight doesn't necessarily mean you go faster. I don't know whose JCH football is. So ESCs went down on the felony, infraction and the EXB. Which ESCs were they, just out of curiosity? Because yeah, that is majorly unlucky to have 3 go down like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've had a few issues with our BLX systems, but they've always been swapped out under warranty, which is handy. There we go. Bit of Loctite on this. Sure, I forget to do something on this in a minute. What's JCH football doing that's triggering everybody? Kraton EXB, best car Armour does outside of the 3S range, but from a 6S point of view, the EXB is a beast. Pretty solid out the box. Only needs a few little tweaky upgrades on it. But it's, yeah, they broke the mould with the EXB, it's got to be said. It is my #1 car. With X-Max coming in a close second. So I know will trigger some people, but hey, can't help the truth. Well, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's just my opinion. This EXB is my favourite car at the moment. Surpass Rocket 1650, 90, 72. Oh, sorry, 4072, isn't it? Or is it 4272? No, it's 4072. They're good. I would have had one. I could have told you, Seb, we were doing this, but someone bought it off. Someone bought it before me. And yes, I am going to keep going on about that. Ba-da-bum. Who's that? They always join each streamline. You might sell the motor. What's wrong with it? Smaller one. Is that for your what's that going in? Your Russell or something or other? Oh. Guess what I forgot to do, guys? Pain in the backside. Top one off this time. Always forget to put something on. Come on. Well, yeah, you don't want the back end. Can't you move it to the front so it makes the front heavy so it don't lift up? I don't know, I don't have a Russell, so I wouldn't know. Sometimes the extra weight can be good because it stops the car lifting, or it takes it longer to lift. But not if it's at the back. How heavy is that motor then? Right, now I think that is everything back on. Now let's get the front to do. I don't have a V5 Typhon. Don't have a Typhon 6S, I have a Typhon 3S and love it. The Typhon V4 gets a lot of rave reviews. It's supposed to be tough as you like, because it's so small, so compact, and in relative terms very light. So therefore it just holds up more. The V5 is even stronger. So out of all the V5s, the Typhon is probably the one to go for. I wouldn't go for a Kraton V5. Personally, I'd get the Kraton EXB, bang for buck, much better option. And the Outcast V5, or not, sorry, the Notorious V5 is obviously another option you can go for as well. But Typhon V5, it's very, very quick, I will tell you that. And it's the same size as a 3S Typhon. So that could be one of the other options if you're looking at something like that, is to go for a 3S Typhon, which is even, in my book, even tougher. Because the 3S rigs are really tough. But that's just my opinion. Obviously other people have different opinions. I like the 3S rigs, especially if they're for skate parks and bashing and things like that. They just take a lot of abuse. They're cheaper to fix, they're lighter. They can go just as fast. You know, if you were to put a 4S system in it, it would absolutely fly anyway. Who is this JCH Football? Oh, I don't recognise him. What's up, Benjamin Bumgrapes? How are you? Demo I see, I think I said, I don't come in, I said hello to you. But if I haven't, I'll say hello now. Hinge pins for the front. One bit, I don't like this, it takes so long. I don't know how long I'll be on live tonight, guys. I haven't got that much work to do because we really haven't broken that much. And it is a bit chilly out here. What's up, Martin? How are you? I mean, if he's being a pain, I don't know who he is, and I welcome people to the stream, but not if they're being a pain. Just time him out, so you have the power. How are you, Martin? I'm working on this car and I can't show you too much of it. So I do apologise about that. Only because Jack's working on a video for it, so I don't want to spoil too much for him, but I needed something for the live stream tonight, and this needed some work done on it, so here we are. Oh, you're joking, Martin. Oh, is she alright? Sorry to hear that. Is your mum alright though? That sucks. I guess you won't be out of the weekend then. Oh. I've got that ESC for you as well. How quick do you think you can get a test? The main thing is your mum alright? That's good. Yeah, it's a nightmare out at the moment. I mean, apart from when I go out bashing on Sundays to meet up with the guys, I'm stuck indoors all the time. It's driving me insane. Pulling my hair out. Have you got any symptoms though, Martin, or not? So many screws to undo to get to the front. These pins. It's a real pain because I was hoping to be able to get you that ESC this weekend. Unless you get your test back on Saturday after you've had it and it says okay. Yeah, that's good. Presumably your mum's a Is she a doctor or something, or a nurse, or? Still waiting for my parents to be notified of their jabs, because they should be right up there. My dad's 82 with COPD, and my mum's 84 and had a cancer operation this year, so they still haven't heard a thing yet, which is a little bit annoying. They've been locked up for ages. And I haven't really been able to see them at all. You need to get yourself, not being funny, but get yourself a proper discharger, Seb. I know they're not cheap, but really is one of the best things I've ever bought. I don't worry about charging up too many lives. So the other thing, you can do what Martin does, but as he says, there's some risks involved in doing that. Oh, I have got one other job to do actually. Come on. So I don't get you anything, Jack. Come on. In you go. She's a doctor. Test should be on Saturday. Yeah, don't do what Martin does. I have looked at doing that, Martin, and it scares me. Like the boys keep going, what are you using that for? Why don't you do what Martin does? And I'm going, no, because when Martin does it, it looks easy, but I think you have to set the charger up properly and keep an eye on it, because otherwise it goes too low, doesn't it, I think? And I've got that discharger anyway, so... So you got to, do you know when, do you get the results straight away, Martin, or does it take a day or two to get the results? Are the battery dischargers worth getting? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, it is the best bit of RC gear I've bought. Primarily because we live in the UK, so you never know. You know, you can charge up the batteries the night before to go out, and then the weather decides to change and chuck it down. I don't like having batteries. Or you know, sometimes a bit like last weekend we went out. I charged up 18 batteries. Because I didn't know how many we were going to get through. The weather was forecast to be really good and turned out to be really, really bad and wet, so we didn't get through. I think we got through 6 batteries, so I had 12 to discharge. With that discharger, yeah, it took me a while, but it takes me, depending on the size of the LiPo, about 10 minutes to discharge it. So from that point of view, it was a no-brainer to get it. To get that and use it, but it does depend on, as I said, where you are. The other option is, you know, leave them fully charged, or you know, if you can run them down. But in my view, it's the best gadget I've bought. They do another one, which is the 100, but that's only that will take you longer to discharge it if you want quicker. Or there is an Sky RC one. New one just come out, which I think is 250 watts, 30 amps discharging. But I like that ISDP one because it's got the Bluetooth connectivity on it. So you can just click it on the app, all the presets are there, and it's nice and easy. But, yeah. So I don't worry about, I used to think, oh, how many batteries have got to charge up? And I'd only charge up enough to know we could get through, you know. I didn't want to charge more than enough, so sometimes we'd go out and we'd run out of batteries because I hadn't charged enough, because I didn't want to be spending hours discharging them when we got home on the chargers at 2 amps. "24 hours, so yeah, it sucks. Sucks! You've been tested as well, Emily? Yeah. I haven't, because I haven't got any symptoms at the moment, but I know Callum's been tested a few times, mainly because the schools have asked him to and everything, and he was originally selected for the random testing that they did a while ago, try and work out how many people had got it or had it. This is way back. I can't remember how far back it was now. June, July time, I think. Yeah, but more and more people, more and more people I know now get, you know, got it, had it. Certainly a lot more places now, that's for sure. I know my cousin, she's over in Basildon, she was in hospital with it. I think she's out now, she's okay. The oxygen levels dropped down really, really low. Yeah, I should dig out my old LiPo alarms. I wonder if they still work. They're from 10 years ago when, from my old E-Savage, when I used to have LiPos on that. And I didn't have a brushless system in it at the time, so. Thinking, did I tighten up the drift housing ones? I cannot remember. So better be safe than sorry. Look at my belly. God, I've got to lose some weight. Belly's a state, my hair's a state. My two Herberts still in here, are they? Are they lurking in the background? Probably. Cannon's probably playing Fortnite. And Jack might be editing, I don't know. Should be working on this, Jack. Should be watching, see how this goes back together. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I said, better be safe than sorry, though. If you can't remember, just go back in and check it, because you don't want it coming apart on you. The Sky RC charger is so messed up. I was storage charging it at 2 amps and at 88% charge, apparently it was over the limit. My own lander charger was doing it at 2 amps for the same time. Yeah, I mean, chargers aren't really there to discharge, but they will take a long time on that 2 amps. You know, I'm not convinced they even do it at 2 amps, to be honest with you, Seb. I know it used to take a long time on our chargers to do it. Which Sky RC one is it? The T100 or the T200? So West Coast RCs, are you West Coast USA or West Coast UK? T100, you need to get yourself a better charger. That's 50 watts a channel. How long does that take to charge up your Rapid 5500s? guess 50 watts of channel, 5500s. Probably takes you about, well, probably close to 2 hours to charge from LVC to full, doesn't it? It will take hours to charge at 2 amps. Take it off and put it on the overlander one. If it's not down at, I mean, if you're discharging, I'll take it down to 3.85 volts. It won't hurt it that much. Sitting at 3.85 instead of 3.8. Right, that's this one. Done, methinks. Oh, my one's in the car. Pain in the bum. Be right back, guys. I'm going to go and get my car now. Bum, 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 bum. Wow. It be cold outside. Takes an hour because I only use one channel on the Sky RC and use the. Okay. So you can adjust it and bring it up to 100 watts per channel if you're only using one channel, can you? Handy. Right. Can't be bothered to do this because I'm down to 2 screws on my ESC now. I'm thinking it's time to use the M2C ESC mount. I'm going to start this. I may not finish it tonight. Depends on how cold I get. I don't know overall voltage, I never do. I always struggle with the overall voltage, I just go on the volts per cell. Call me old fashioned, call me an idiot, I don't know. Oh, that might smell a bit, that one. That'll keep me warm, guys. So what we got? We set a club up after watching you in lockdown, waiting on planning, going through for 3 tracks, hoping it will go ahead and can open in summer. Wow, that'd be good. You seriously, what, you started a club up after which? Well, that, yeah, thank you. If you know, if I have inspired you to do that, then wow, thank you. Whereabouts down on the west coast? You might have to try and get down there at some stage if you're getting 3 tracks opened up. Is that going to be something like a bit like Paddlesworth? Is it you're hoping to get? Always good to have another option for things like that. I thought I had to undo the motor, but I don't. That's handy. Really thought I needed to undo the why, but I was thinking about it last night going, oh, I've got to undo the pinion. No, I do, because I've got to twist the motor around because these won't fit otherwise. Unless I continue using these longer connectors, which I could do, I suppose. Get it out and see what happens. The fun part is going to be taking it off of the current plate though, because I did strap it down good and proper. I've just been a bit worried that I've only got 2 screws still holding this in. And that at some stage we're going to do a landing which is quite bad, and the ESC will come flying out, and we really don't want that to happen. Fun part, of course, is going to be getting this off. You need to move, Seb, that's why. Evening, Mr. Shady, how are you? The weird thing is you've got model sport on your doorstep, but not much RC stuff. That's the thing I don't get. This, you know, I guess you can't have everything in life, though, can you? But I'd be down model. The problem is, I'd spend if model sport was on my doorstep, I would be spending a fortune on it. I know that much. So I'd be down there every weekend, going in there and looking at what I can buy, and always walking out with something. So it's probably a good thing that model sport isn't on my doorstep. That's all of them out. 1, 2, got that. Yep. Right. Now to get this off, because I did stick it down with a ton of M3 tape, so it won't go nowhere. M3 V8 VRB, or whatever you want to call it. Ah! Oh. This is the Kraton EXB, yes. Your family in Whitstable, so hopefully be able to, yeah, get down here. Whitstable's not far from us, I don't think. Or is that? Oh, I can't remember. There we go. Job's a good one. That hurt though. Yeah, I don't like the petrol. I'm not a petrol RC person. I've been out, you know, I used to go out with the Kent RC Bashers. It's a great bunch of lads and everything, but they're all petrol. I'm gonna sneeze. I did contemplate getting a Baja, Roman Baja, 1/5 scale. I love the sound of it and everything, but it's a lot of faff. A lot of faff. You know, sorting out all the. Don't tell me you ain't gonna fit. Sorting out, you know, whenever it makes an. Whether it's running rich, whether it's running lean, and then the smell of the car as you're transporting it. And I just thought, you know what, I like the look of them, I like the running, I like the sound of them. But for the faff of it, I'll just stay electric, I think. And plus, I like to jump them. You know, the petrol ones aren't really. You can't really send them like you can the electrics. Well, in my opinion, you can't. Maybe others will say yeah, you can. Yada yada yada, but I don't think they'll survive the sort of jumps that we do. How can I lose that? Bit of a clean up. Haven't seen light of day for a while. See how this goes on. Bish bosh bash. I would, nothing against mill spin, but Model Sport is definitely my my RC shop of choice. I said nothing against wheel spin, but yeah, I mean that's the other issue with the petrol and the nitro ones. They are very antisocial, very antisocial. So again, you've got to be a bit more selective on where you can run them, without people then going, oh, making too much noise. Whereas electric ones, you can run wherever you like. No one's going to. Well, I haven't had anyone complain. All I've ever had is people watch and enjoy and compliment and. Normally you get the old chavs come up to you and go, oh, is that petrol? And I want to say, what does it sound like? Oh, guess it's not then. I mean, no, it's not. Oh, I've got a petrol one at home. Have you? Good for you. Oh, it does 100 miles an hour. Does it now? I wouldn't necessarily say wheel spin a crap Seb, but it's a bit harsh. You know, I've never had necessarily anything go wrong with ordering from wheel spin. It's just, you know, I've ordered a few bits from them, but I've heard some people have issues with them, and my view is if I order enough from wheel spin, if I have an issue with something, hopefully they see me as a preferred customer and try and help me sort me out. And they've been right as rain on any warranty issues I've had. They've sorted it out. You know, when I blew the rear diff on this, they were right as rain on that. So putting them in there, they probably didn't want those going in there, did they? Are they the same length, or am I being stupid now? Probably being a bit stupid now, aren't I? I probably should have put those up under the chassis. Oi, pal, is that a petrol? Goose you go, mate. Yeah, give us 200 quid to look after while you go and send my car. It's amazing the amount of people that have got petrol cars when you're out and about though. But you never see them ever driving them. Is this my favourite RC? Yes. The EXB is my favourite, followed very closely by the X-Max. And depending on the situation, it would depend on whether I took this or whether we took the X-Max. If I was driving in woods and everything, I've got to say that I'd probably take the X-Max. It's bigger, so I can take the rougher terrain better. If you hit a tree, it's more likely to not necessarily bounce off, but be cheaper to fix and probably less damage. Depending on what damage you do, it depends on, you know, how quick you can fix it in the field. Whereas this is a great car for going fast and jumping high. So if I want to do mega jumps and things like that, then, well, not me, but if I want to see the boys do mega jumps, this is the car to use, without question. It drives really well, it flies really well. But, you know, there's different RCs for different places. If I was to go back to where we went mudding at Sandy with Kevin and the guys, and Martin and Claire, etc., I'd prefer to have the X-Max there than this. But when we're at the Mega Sense, and don't get me wrong, the X-Max is very capable of being sent high as well. So it's not that the X-Max can't be sent high, because it can. You probably saw on that last video how high we've been sending it. So it's very capable of being sent high as well. But if you want to go 40 odd feet, 46 feet, and we're planning to go higher, then you need this car. It might still work. No, it's not going to be a Shelf Queen Martin. I am going to drive it more. I've got to do the body, which I might do this weekend if we're not actually out. And I am actually going to, we're going to take it out, and with the X-Max, we're probably going to be bringing it to the big skate park, and we're going to be sending it there, and we're going to see which one survives. Which one lasts the longest, which one controls the best, which one jumps the air the best. I wouldn't say it's a Shelf Queen, but it didn't come out much. I need to get, I probably would take it out more if I had more space in my car, but it's one of those things that if I was to choose which car I'm taking out between the X-Max and the Outcast at the moment, it would be the X-Max. And we can only get one of them in the car with the other cars as well. So that's where we're at the moment. But I might get one of those chassis that you've got if you start and flip it over to a Kraton. That may be an option that happens soon. Just got to work out what other bits and pieces I need for it. Glasses. What pinion have I got in what? In this? At the moment 19. In the in the Outcast 23. In the Outcast we've got the 23 tooth pinion at the moment. Super close. So the motor don't fold, otherwise that's blown through the ESC. What's up, Gants? How are you? Shane in the house as well. Have I missed Shane coming in? Sorry, Gants, I missed you coming in. Have I had trouble? I've missed some comments, guys. Sorry about that. Have I had any trouble with my EXB hex chewing up your wheel hex, like Moorhead has? No. On the Mojave, we had the wheel come off once, even though I'd done it up super tight. And as soon as it came off once, I bought the M2C wheel nuts. But I've had no issues whatsoever with this EXB chewing up wheel hexes. But having said that, I haven't watched many of Earl's videos, but I did see one where he hadn't done the wheel up and the wheel came off. If you don't do them up tight, the wheel comes off. As soon as that wheel comes off, it is going to chew up your hex. So, has he had them come off and chew up some hexes because he didn't tighten them up well enough? I don't know. But he certainly had one come off, which I saw. Right, that's on there nicely now. I have entered the free Kraton EXB giveaway as well, yes. I wasn't sure whether it was a scam to start off with, but then I saw that it was someone setting up and they're just doing it as a promotional first video, the first setup really before the raffles start. Yeah, I mean, Earl was running a locked diff as well. My diff's not locked, but I'll take one off now. Can't take one off of these because these aren't the EXB wheels. Because I've got to try and get the tyres off, but you can probably see in there. No rounding whatsoever. So I don't know what Earl Moorhead's doing to his. Another one. I mean, they couldn't be more perfect. The only annoying thing is I've blown the foams on them, so I need to open up and see if I can get new foams for them, which is why I'm running the back flips on here. I'm not too keen on how close that sits to that ESC though. It's very, very close, but I guess it must be okay. Can't see any other way that it can go. No other screws to mount it to. It could prefer to come this way a little bit, but we are where we are. Presumably M2C have worked it out, and on the basis that that motor ain't gonna fold up on a big hit and go through. Hope not anyway. Right, I'm going to take the motor out and swap these wires around anyway. I'm not too cold at the moment. I definitely need to order one of those fans you make. It'll be very hard to get them across at the moment. Get what, the fans or the? No, I can make one of these fans up for you. So if I've got enough fans, I just need you obviously let me know once you've ordered the hours and the ESC mount. I don't want to say too. I'm not going to say anything bad about Earl Moorhead, but because he does do some great videos, some helpful videos. I've watched some of them. They're a bit too long for my liking, half an hour long or whatever they are. But he's got a great following, so it just did make me laugh when he was working on one of the rear diffs once, and the amount of stuff he took off the car to get to the rear diff. And I'm sitting there shaking my head and going, you don't need to take all that off. I think he's subsequently learnt you don't need to take all that off, but Jesus, did he take a lot off. That doesn't sound too healthy in there. Might have to open this motor up anyway and see if the bearings need greasing. It sounds a bit squeaky. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got a good following, gets good views and everything, but again, I'm with you, I just find them a bit too long. I'll try and keep ours to 10 minutes tops if I can. 8 to 10 minutes is what I try and do. I just think 25 to 30 minutes is too much, in my opinion. I like some of the stuff he did on the on the D10, is it? The drag car. But he must have a ton of money because it's my drill bit gone. Because he's buying so many cars. Yeah, they come from Europe, Seb, but they shouldn't take too long to come. Might take a week. But he's not open yet. Annoying thing is, he shut down at like the beginning of December because I went to order 2 ESC motor mounts and 4 fan covers, and I couldn't because he was shut. But that did not sound too healthy in this. I'm going to have to take this. Annoyingly, I've got to take this motor apart. It sounded a bit rusty, squeaky. Another job to do. Earl Moorhead works for Hollywood. To get someone to come around and do some editing for him. Oh, well, that was a bit mean. Protect fans. I haven't used Protect. Are they like the Surpass Hobby ones? You're joking, Mr. Shady, really? You couldn't work out why one was left, one was right? The only other thing is when he calls A-arms the control arms. Sure, he can control arms or control links or whatever he calls them. When he says he's about to send it off a Big Bertha. It's again, not what I would call a send, but yeah, I think if they look like this, I'll find them. The boys were playing around with them the other day. I don't know what they did, but I'm sure I had a 30mm one left somewhere. I bought 3 of them. So look at these are the 25mm ones, but if they look a bit like that, then yep, great fans, rebranded, effectively rebranded Surpass Hobby ones. I know I had a spare one in there, so it's fallen down there, but the boys were being silly with it. Need to order some more though. If they're the same as the ones I just showed, then they're rebranded. You can get them cheaper as Surpass Hobby ones from someone like Banggood, eBay, or AliExpress even. I do need to order some more because I think they work in the X-Max motor, and the X-Max has blown a few fans. Come on. really don't like taking motors apart, but especially at the thought of losing one of these screws. So, to make sure we don't, put a little strong magnet on your screwdriver, and it makes it less likely for the screw to hopefully drop off. I'm not saying it's impossible for it to do it, but little pro tip. Especially with my floor, I really don't want to be losing a screw down on that. Come on. That didn't just happen. Ah. Phew. Forgot that was in there. Bearing seems all right. Top tip, who knows how to get that bearing out? I do, but put in the comments if you know how to get that bearing out. You can only need to put one word, and I'll know whether you know or not. Oh yeah, there's some water in there still. Ooh. Yep, that bearing needs some work on it. It's a bit rusty, that one. No, but there's no way to get to it, Seb. There's no hole on that side. And if you try and prise it out, you're going to break it. There is a way to get it out, though. I will tell you, I just want to see if anyone else knows. And it's the simplest thing you would ever, well, it's not the simplest thing, but once you hear it, you'll go, no. I'll say one word to get it out, and you'll go, no way. Saying that, this one's not going to come out. Come on. Oh, where am I going? Wrong place. Magnet, no. Lube, no. Addicted to RC, how are you? Abracadabra, no. Bread. You get it out with bread. again, Daniel. This ain't coming out. Bread. Little, I haven't got any bread, but you put little tiny balls of bread in there, and then with something the same size as that, probably the motor shaft, you tap it, compress the bread in there, put another bit in there, do it again, do another bit in there, do it, and slowly as the bread spreads out inside, it pushes the bearing out. Go on YouTube if you don't believe me. Out. It's a pain in the bum because I need to change it. Because it ain't turning. I think I've got some ceramic ones to put in here. See if I can get this one out. Don't know why it's not coming out. There you go. If in doubt, give it a clout. You know what they say? It's out. And it's definitely seen better days. That's okay, it's a good trick, works really, really well. That is seized up proper good. Pretty sure, certainly for the, hopefully I've got them for this. I'm going to have to try and work out how to take that shielding off and clean it up. pretty sure I did buy some bearings for them. Not big enough that way, is it? I bought them for the 3S cars, it's certainly ceramic. Maybe I didn't buy them for this car. Didn't look like I did. Oh, that's annoying. Try and clean it up and buy some ceramic bearings for it. Got some for the BLX 185s and the 3S cars. But not for this one. Slightly annoying. Try and work out how we get this shielding off to give it a clean up, because it is proper seized up. Didn't know that. What we've done is we've added some M2C hinge pins to our other car, and I've just added the M2C ESC mount, because mine had only got 2 screws in it and it wasn't holding anymore, so I didn't want it popping off. And in doing so, I've just found out that my motor bearing, it was making squeaky noises, so it's clearly seized up a bit. So I'm hoping I remember how to take these metal shieldings off. I can't remember if there's a split pin in there or not. There always used to be on my roller skates. Or do these just pop off now? Always used to be like a split pin in them. I can't see a split pin. So they just clip off. Bit of a pain to get off though. This is the motor that was in the Kraton, the Mojave EXB that went through the mud. So, fortunately, that mud has got in here and messed up the bearing a bit. Come on. The rubber ones are easy to get out. I don't think these are designed to come out though. Which will be a pain, because I need a new bearing. So guys, if I'm a bit quiet while I try and work out how to, if I can pop this bearing cover off. don't think you can. No, it ain't coming off. Bless me. Paint. Now I've got burr on it. Ooh. That didn't move in then. I'll get it off now. You probably can get it out if you unclip all those bits. That lost joint, no. If I can go around and undo all these bits slowly. No, ain't going to work. Quite clearly must be disposable. I'm going to have to soak it in GT85, see if that loosens it up, get it back in there while I wait for a new one. I can't see any way to easily crack this shielding off. I think once it's put in, it didn't come off very easily. Which is a bit of a pain. Bowls and I'll get this soaking overnight. Before I do that though, I better take the measurement, don't I? you measure bearings. 15, 16, 17, 18. Six by 18. By 5 possibly. I'll bring that. I'll have to have a Google, see what I can find. Leave it soaking in that. I'd like to be running. Well, I can't run this weekend, I can't run this weekend. Be a bit of a pain. See you later, West Coast RC Club. I'm going to be calling it a day as well, guys, because I can't do a lot now with this until this bearing is running a bit better. Let's see if I can get a replacement one. Sure whether I can get this bearing running again without opening it up, because it is proper seized. If it needs to be, I could always take one out the starting to get some more movement in there. Yeah, I've got GT80. I've got it GT85 in it. It's getting a bit more movement in there now. In fact, I can go all the way around now, which is good. That's what I used to do with my old bearings for my roller skates. I'm not sure where they are now. When I used to go out skating in the rain, I used to have to do this quite often. Just means that, oh, there we go. Now we're getting some movement. It's not going to last long though, so, but oh, look at the muck and the dirt coming out from in there though. Jeez. Proper mud still in there. See you later, big BRC. Thank you for dropping by. And I won't be much longer myself because 10 o'clock I can go and order and find out what size bearings these are. I'm going to order some ceramic ones. I don't think this one will last much longer. But I should be able to run it still. And if it blows the motor, I'll stick it back in and put warranty claim in. Not that old. The other thing I'd do once I've done this, I've got some I'll spray it with that as well, just to make sure. It's got PTFE on it, or Teflon, which is the same as the PTFE that's in the GT85. Yeah, must have been a bit the colour of that. Ceramics should survive bashing, I would have hoped. Yeah, I mean in the motor, because they don't really, the motor doesn't take heavy, real impacts, and obviously they're more geared towards high speed. And if you're getting them wet, like this one got proper wet, only once though, this motor, but obviously it's decided to rust up. I don't see why the ceramic in the motor, in the wheels and everything, yeah, probably not, but in the motor, I would hope it would. I'd hope it'd be okay in the motor. Pressures with high-speed stainless instrument bearings. I could look at that. I'll go on RC Bearings and see what they have. If they've got stainless steel high-speed ones, I'll get those. If not, you know, ceramic. If not, I'll just get normal sealed ones. But I'd rather get the best that I could. It's just if we do, you know, it's English weather. It's muddy. It's horrible out. So unfortunately, they're going to get wet. It's the first one I've had an issue with from being wet, it's got to be said. A proper amount of muck coming out of it though. The weird thing is that back end one is fine. The one on the back end is nothing wrong with it whatsoever, just this front end one. It is quite heavy, but it's only the spindle which is going to be impacted, and that's not that big. The motor's heavy, but that's all the coil and everything on the outside, not the actual the core. The core is very small, which will be carrying the inertia for it. Put some fresh in. So I'll get the core out and show you. Let's soak for a bit. Still muck coming out of it. Right. Best way to push this core out, I think, is that way. Pain in the bum to get out though, I know that, because it's so bloody. And that's ultimately all that's going to be carrying the weight. It's not that heavy. And that's just the magnet. So it's not like it's getting a lot of weight on there. The most of the weight is in the copper outside it. Get cheapest RC bearings and change often. I wouldn't knock the core against my best china. No, nor would I. Still a bit notchy in there. Certainly better than what it was. Still a lot of muck coming out of it though. Right, I'm going to leave it soaking in there for a bit, guys. Let it just really clean itself out. I've still got that burst knocked down, haven't I? Pain. It's amazing what the GT85 or WD-40 does though to clean these things out. Obviously there's no grease in there now. So, whether there was any grease in there to start off with, I don't know. Bearing in mind this is going to be spinning at up to 50,000 RPM. Okay guys, well I'm going to leave that to soak overnight, I think, and make sure it's properly cleaned out. That'll evaporate anyway, but let that clean out, I think. Call it a day, because I'm getting cold anyway. See if I can go and find some new bearings. That's the only bearings I don't have, which is annoying. Right, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I didn't get any stickers with this M2C stuff though, a little bit annoying. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Oh, low battery. No, we're in low battery mode anyway, but definitely don't need that. Image hasn't frozen, said, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'll leave it soaking overnight though. My battery's about to go on the phone anyway, so I can leave that soaking overnight. Set you guys inside. Oh, these bags on the floor. Get rid of them. Seem to collect rubbish. Ooh. Oh, it's warm in here. Some new lipos turned up. Forward to getting them running with them. Look at the state of this place, though. If I had a wife, I don't think I'd be allowed to leave stuff like this. Do you? Somehow, I think I might get told off. Well, I remember I will go and take these. Out here. Right there, guys. 1 second. Just say goodbye. See what you said. Take my bloody hair. Right, see what you guys said before I say goodbye to everyone. Videos. Can you tell me you don't cook when your kitchen's on a light post? I do cook, but just not as much. I like to charge them in there. I just find it a bit safer. Tried to order some of those, but £48 shipping since Brexit. Where from? AliExpress? Because since I've looked, not £48 shipping. It depends on which shipping option you choose. Let's see if I can share my screen. Hopefully it doesn't give anything away. Before I share my screen, I want to see if I'm giving anything away. Get the prawn off of there as well. So, it might be an easier way. So that's the batteries there. Oh, we've gone into a weird language. I don't know why it does this, AliExpress, sometimes, but it does. Change the language to English. Shipping is to England. So they're normally the ones you want, XT90. And the shipping here, as you can see, it gives you different shipping options. So it's $11.49, but you can change that if you want to. 7 to 15 days, UPS Express Saver is 53 quid. You don't choose, you choose this one. There's no, you get it delivered by the 30th of March, so it is, it can take, but they took 3 weeks for me. If you go up to another pack, it goes to $14.33. And if you go to 3 packs, and it goes to £71 because it automatically switches over to that UPS Express Saver. You drop it back down, it will stay at 59, but you can go then back in and go, oh no, I want that one there. So I choose the cheaper one. I only ever choose 2 packs, and then if I need to do another order, I'd order another 2. Charging the VAT I think that's a bit of a mix-up at the moment, to be quite honest with you, because they should be reducing the price because you're not paying VAT into the local country. You shouldn't be paying VAT twice. They're not being sold in the local country, so they should be. But it's only on items below £135. And it may well be that they're showing the VAT now because they have to show it as separate, whereas you may have been charged for it before, but it's being made clearer now. And instead of paying for an import duty, which you normally would have paid for when it came in, and it would have been the post office or FedEx or someone like that picked up that. See you later, Gants. That's no problem for live streaming. Thank you for joining me. You tried fixing an EXB diff, like fixing it. We thought it was just a diff, but the bulkhead was broken a bit also. Maybe the reason the main gear stripped out. Probably. Yeah, the bulkheads are out of stock all over the place at the moment, Addicted, especially if you're in the UK. I think there's supposed to be some due in January sometime. But, having said that, check out Oily Diffs. And I think they have an eBay store. Certainly have a Facebook page if you're in the UK. It's called Oily Diffs. He is the seller of Vitavon parts. So you may well find that he has a diff Vitavon bulkhead, and if it's for the rear, I'd recommend getting that. If it's for the front, swap them around and put a Vitavon one in the rear. You're in the US, so they're out of stock in the US as well. Yes, they do, Miss Shady, but it's no different from it used. All they've done is change the point of VAT or duty. Whenever anything was imported, normally you'd pay the VAT when it came into the country, and you'd get the VAT plus an £8 handling fee from Royal Mail to deliver it to you. However, what's happening now is that VAT has now been transferred from the postal service to the seller, and it also means you won't have to pay the £8 handling fee that Royal Mail, or £12 handling fee that FedEx charge. So nothing's really changed. It's just the point of application of the VAT. If it's above £135, then you'll get charged it as import duty. It's not import duty because it's import VAT, but people call it duty, by either the post office or DH or FedEx, or if on this one, if you did it UPS would charge you for it. You'd get a bill, and I can show you just like that. Oh, it's got my address on it now. I think I'll show you a bit without my address on it. Don't think that has my address on it. So if you look there, oh, did have my address. Advancement fee, original VAT. Original VAT was £7.30, plus a handling fee of £12. So instead of just paying VAT of £7.30, I end up paying VAT a bill of £19.30. So now, if I bought that now, I'd only pay the VAT of £7.30. So when I was going to look for a 2-hour live stream, Jack, and it was only quick anyway. I can always take the video down if I need to. But that's the point, you know, so nothing's changed there except for you're getting charged it. In fact, it will save you money, guys, because you're getting charged it you're not getting the handling fee charge now. You know, FedEx charge 12 quid and Royal Mail charge 8 quid. And it's not a rant, Jack, it's just talking about, people are talking about, a lot of people complaining about the fact they're paying VAT now and blaming Brexit. Well, yeah, that was because, yes and no. Batteries I never paid VAT on, but I have paid a lot of other, about the only thing I haven't paid VAT on. Anything else coming in from the this order here was from AliExpress. So I have paid a lot of VAT, especially if it coming in from the US. Always, every single time from the US, paid the VAT when it came into the country, plus the handling fee. And it made things really expensive because of that £12 handling fee. Banggood, I don't think anything's changed on Banggood that I've seen thus far, because they do it differently. And it depends where the seller's located. If I think they're located in China, they really don't give two monkeys and just do it anyway. But I haven't seen, I said, on these DFX packs, if I add that to cart, and I'll continue short. If I go to my cart now, I don't want to go through and order them, but I can't see anywhere where he is adding the VAT at the moment. If I click on buy from this seller, shipping, you know, £110, which is £55 each. That's 4 batteries for £110 plus £14 shipping. You know, it's working out 124. It's working out at 30 quid a pack. I don't want to click buy because I don't want to order it, but I can't see any VAT being added at all. I had to pay VAT on one item out of about 100 more from Ali in the last. Really? I've had more VAT charged on most of my items coming in from AliExpress. I've had to pay, if it's been over 15 quid, I've had to pay the import duty on it. Yeah, I was on AliExpress. As I said, I don't want to click on buy it. I don't want to give too much away. Hopefully it doesn't come up with my address or anything. But AliExpress there, £55, 2 of them. I click on buy from this seller, £110 plus the shipping. If I click buy, that will buy it, and I'm not clicking buy. There is no VAT being charged on that. I don't want to click that because last time I did it, I'm pretty sure it just ended up buying it and I didn't really want to buy it. Well, I think Banggood ship it into their own warehouse locally and then post it out via... because everything I ever order from Banggood always comes via Royal Mail, 24-hour tracked. But anyway, guys, I'm hungry. We're going to get something to eat. A bagel tart. So... yeah, I was ordering. I clicked that once when I was ordering. Martin was asking me to look at pricing for something, and it ended up buying it. So I'm a bit nervous when it says buy it to click buy it because I'm pretty sure it will buy it, and I don't need any more lipos at the moment. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. As always, try and do another live stream next Thursday at 8 o'clock GMT, as we always do. Oh, look, I can bin that one now as well. Titanium. But thank you for dropping by, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support you give me. Really appreciate it. And hopefully see you on the next one. Not sure when. The next live stream hopefully will be next Thursday. Not sure when the next video will be. I know Jack's working on it at the moment. It depends on when we can get out, if we can get out. At the moment, it doesn't look like we can because of this stupid lockdown. Where probably see what's going on, what everyone else is doing. I might just try and get out with the boys and go somewhere and do something, but we'll see. But hopefully we'll get some videos out. This one, yeah, that was the one from the titanium bent video where I broke a stock hinge pin, bought some titanium ones. The first outing that happened to them, so won't be getting titanium hinge pins again. So we go M2C hinge pins now. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully see you all next week. Stay safe. Take care, everyone. It's Hardcore RC signing out.